Jeffries as Marion Kirby, the ghostess with the mostess. Robert Sterling as George Kirby, that most sportive spirit. And Leo G. Carroll, host to said ghosts, as Topper. Cosmo Topper, a gentleman and a scholar, vice president of an important bank, a man of vision. And a very beautiful one she is. Her name is Marion Kirby. She's a ghost. That's her husband, George. They were killed in a skiing accident, and now they're trying to kill Topper with kindness, because he's the only one who can see and hear them. But what are they doing in a hardware store? Perhaps they're going to paint or plaster something. Oh, that's Neil, the Kirby's barfly St. Bernard. Looks like he's already plastered. The morning after every binge, he swears off and climbs on the wagon.
What are we going to buy here, Topper?
Hey, let's buy a bandsaw. I love music.
I don't know which is the worst. A bullet in a china shop or a ghost in a hardware store.
How about a can of checkered paint?
Henrietta gave me a list of things to bring back home. She's hired a handyman to do some repairs around the house, but I can't find anyone to wait on me.
Oh, I'll get you a clerk in a hurry.
Oh, how?
I'll bet you $100 you'll be here in a half a second. This always brings them running.
Here, you can't do that.
There he is. What did I tell you?
Marion, stop that.
Oh, it went off by itself. It must be a short circuit or something.
I won my bet. Give me my $100.
Why, that $100 bill flew out like a kite.
Well, all $100 bills fly like kites. That's why they had Benjamin Franklin's portrait on them. I'd like to purchase these things.
Yes, sir. I'll have to get these nails from the back of the store.
Oh, fine performance, I must say. Made me look as if I was rifling the cash register. Here, you can't take those things.
I always was a sucker for gadgets.
George, that's stealing.
Well, Topper, dear, of course it is. But what's the use of being an invisible ghost if you can't steal things? Oh, just what I need. 2 dozen tape measures.
No, Marion, please. Please, you have to pay for those things.
No money.
Oh, dear. Every time I say something, it costs me money. Here.
Thanks, old man. I'll just ring this up. I caught you this time. Put up your hands. Operator, get me the police.
Well, if you're going to do something, do it.
Don't worry, Topper.
Police, I want to report an attempted robbery.
Tip over the paint can, Marion.
Right.
I think now might be a good time to depart.
Look out for that pool of paint on the floor.
Don't step in it, Topper.
I'll be careful. I don't want to leave any footprints.
Uh-oh. Neil walked right through it.
Come on, Topper.
Police? He got away. Yeah. Sure, I can describe him. Well, he was a dog disguised as a man. All the same to you.
There's nothing the matter with that door.
Hello, everybody. I'm home.
There. Did you see that? It opens and closes like that all the time.
It does? Well, maybe the lock's jammed. Let me have a look at it. Well, there's nothing wrong with that door. It works fine. Excuse me. I want to fix a salami sandwich.
Something out of order. I think it's my liver. Maybe the frame's still it. Since you moved in here, the house settled?
No, we still owe about $5,000 on it. Well, the lock seems to be all right. What's your personal opinion?
Miss Topper, your foundation slipped.
I moved over.
Look, I tell you what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to take this door right off of the frame. Now,
Oh, dear. Let me get the jardiniere out of here. Oh.
Hello, everybody. I'm home. Excuse me. I have to find George.
What have I done to encourage such an impetuous advance?
somebody kicked me.
Maybe we'd better look over the repairs on the outside of the house. Where there are no closets.
Hello? Oh, yes, Mr. Schuyler. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I've been detained. I'll be there in half an hour. Right, goodbye. Oh, all right, Maggie, I'll answer it. Don't want you to fall over any of Mr. Woodhead's tools.
I am hunting for a handyman named Woodhead.
Wait till I get my skeet gun and I'll join you.
My name is Mahoney, B.J. Mahoney. I belong to that small, select circle of lunatics who have hired Mr. Woodhead as a handyman.
Oh.
Well, may you say, oh. I asked him to do some work for me. My house now looks like the test site of an H-bomb.
That's Mr. Woodhead, all right. I'll call him. Mr. Woodhead! Mr. Woodhead! Perhaps I can help you. What do you want to see him about?
About 3 paces in front of this shotgun. I went rabbit hunting this morning, and when I returned, he had walked off with all of my tools.
Oh, these tools belong to you?
They do. And although I've never seen you before, good Samaritan that I am, I'm going to take them home with me. Tonight, when you see the roof still over your head, you will bless me.
Somebody want me?
Yes, Mr. Mahoney. Where's he gone? Don't tell me I've got another disappearing ghost.
Did you say Mahoney? B.J. Mahoney?
Yes.
I'm getting out of here. Goodbye, Mr. Topper.
It's stuck.
What happened to Mr. Woodhead? I saw him running down the street and... Oh, a friend of yours, Cosmo?
This is Mr. Mahoney.
Oh, how do you do? What's he doing in the jardiniere?
Well, just a blunder, my dear. Some people stick their foot in it. Mr. Mahoney uses his head.
Can you breathe?
She wants to know if you can breathe. Can you speak up a bit? I'm afraid we'll have to break it.
No, Cosmo, no.
Not let it smother. Here, hand me that hammer.
Oh, I can't bear to be here.
What happened, Topper?
Mr. Woodhead opened the door and hit into a double play. We've got to get this thing off his head before he suffocates. I'll hold him while you two try to pull it off.
All right. Give me a hand, Marion.
Oh.
The heat.
Neil, help the Topper.
Oh, it's no use. Oh. This seems to be the only way. Now, you hold him steady.
George, how many years did they give that couple in that recent Hammer murder case?
Oh, relax, Topper. This isn't the same kind of thing at all.
Oh, of course not.
Well, the worst you could get in a case like this is manslaughter.
You two keep quiet. I know what I'm doing. Perhaps you'd better take him into the living room and put him on the couch.
Lift up your arm.
Give me the other one.
Ready?
Anything for a laugh, huh, Mr. Topper? Over this way, George.
Put him on the couch.
Call the doctor at once, Maggie. Have him come right over.
Yes, sir.
Easy does it.
There you are, Topper.
I'm going to sue you for $2 million.
I've got the doctor on the phone. He wants to know what happened.
Well, tell him.
Mr. Topper hit the man over the head with a hammer.
No!
Is the doctor still with him?
Yes. He's examining him for fractures, bruises, and lawsuits.
I'm going over the fine print in your accident policy, Topper.
Here's a fine-tooth comb.
Never mind. The party of the first part agrees that the party of the second part shall indemnify the party of...
Neil wants to join the party.
Say, Topper, not many men are astute enough to catch legal details like this, but old Eagle Eye Kirby has discovered something in this policy that will interest you.
Oh, what's that?
It's expired.
How is he, Doctor?
How am I indeed? A rhetorical question designed to add insult to injury. Here I sit, the innocent victim of a brutal, senseless bludgeoning. I'm turning this matter over to my attorney. I came to this house on a peaceful mission. I politely asked for the return of my personal property, whereupon I was viciously attacked. He kicked me in the face behind my back and thrust me into a nauseating nook of a closet. He threw a jardiniere of abominable taste over my head and proceeded to beat my brains out with a hammer, but only after he was unsuccessful in his attempt to pull...
I don't know about the rest of him, but there's nothing wrong with his voice. The more I see of Mr. Mahoney, the more I miss Mr. Woodhead.
Mr. Mahoney, I understand you've been rabbit hunting.
That is quite true. Had I known there was a fiend loose in the neighborhood, I'd have organized a posse. But what does rabbit hunting have to do with the Gestapo tactics of this suburban Attila the Hun?
Mr. Mahoney, you are suffering from rabbit fever.
Rabbit fever?
I am not a rabbit.
It's a disease of wild rabbits which can be transmitted to humans, particularly hunters.
Well, I'll leave him in your hands, Doctor. I've got a very important document.
Oh, you're not going anywhere, Mr. Topper. No one's going anywhere. Rabbit fever is a contagious disease. I am putting this house under quarantine.
What?
Why can't he go to a hospital?
The county hospital is the only one that accepts contagious diseases. And it's filled to capacity.
George! I found these rabbits outside the front door. Who do they belong to?
I don't know. Say, honey, I found a way to extend Topper's insurance policy.
Yeah?
It expired the 15th. But by changing the 1 to a 2, that gives him coverage until the 25th of this month.
This is the 26th.
Oh. Well, back to the old drafting board.
I'll go ask Topper who these belong to. Topper, who do these belong to?
Those rabbits I shot. They've come back to haunt me. Where did these come from?
This house was built over an old path to a water hole, and the animals come through.
Topper, let's have fried rabbit for dinner.
They're jumping up and down.
You're delirious.
How about rabbit stew?
Get out.
What?
Get out your instruments and make sure.
I don't need instruments to tell me when a man has hallucinations. Look at those eyes. Roll up your sleeve, Mr. Mahoney. This will calm you down.
I'll put these out in the backyard and we can skin them later.
Where are they going?
Well, I forgot to tell you, the water hole dried up.
Roll up your sleeve, Mr. Mahoney. This will calm you down.
Doctor, could I see you a moment?
Yes, yes.
Look, he's not delirious. He's not having hallucinations.
He's seeing things.
No, he just thinks he's seeing things. But the things he thinks he sees are real.
Well, that's what I said.
But the things he sees are real things.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, this house is haunted by a couple of ghosts. They're the ones who are moving things.
Do you see things move, too?
I can even see the ghosts.
Roll up your sleeve, Mr. Topper. This will calm you down.
Well, Henrietta, Mr. Mahoney has rabbit fever.
He does? How nice. Everyone should be enthusiastic about a hobby.
But, dear...
Cosmo dressed as the Easter Bunny last year at the bank. It was a party for the children. He laid eggs for the kiddies.
I did not lay any egg. I merely sat on a nest and shook hands with everybody.
Mrs. Topper, you don't understand.
Rabbit fever is not a hobby. It's a disease.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Could I get you a nice glass of carrot juice?
Excuse us a moment, will you? Rabbit fever is contagious. So please stay in the other part of the house until I find out more about it.
Very well, Cosmo. But you call me if you need me, won't you?
Yes, dear. Yes.
Rabid? Who says Mahoney was bitten by a mad dog? Why, this is vile slander and an attempt to extort money from you.
Yes.
Why, Neil doesn't have the rabies, and he's not mad at anybody. That's beer foam on his face.
Oh, no, not rabid. Rabbit. You know, rabbit. Hop, hop, hop.
This thing is spreading fast.
Oh, I'm all right. I was just saying to myself that having an invalid in the house keeps you on the hop.
Oh.
George, what is rabbit fever?
Oh, it's sort of like the galloping wobblies, only rabbit fever multiplies.
Is it the plague?
Yeah. I've never had to bring a plague under control before.
Oh, shall we call in the Red Cross?
No, we'll raise our own money. I'll organize a giant telethon. The best talent in the entertainment world will offer their services. Postmen across the nation will hop from door to door collecting lettuce.
But if you ask me, we ought to fumigate this house and sterilize everything in it. We don't want Henrietta and Topper to catch it.
Right. I'll set up a cyanide bomb.
And I'll burn a sulfur candle.
Where's the DDT? Oh, brother, is he prepared?
Now, Mr. Topper, I'll write out instructions on how to keep everything sterilized.
What shall we fumigate first, George?
Well, Mr. Mahoney's the one who brought the germs in. I guess we better start with him.
Let him have it. Let go, Topper.
Well, if he won't let go, pump his arm.
Mr. Topper, no. That is not the approved method of sterilization.
Keep pumping his arm, George.
He's a patient, not a mosquito.
Must I be subjected to the ministrations of this superannuated angel of mercy?
Did you hear that, George?
Yeah, I'll pump Topper's arm and give him another lick.
That frozen-faced Florence Nightingale did it again.
Mr. Topper, control your antiseptic zeal. We sterilize the clothes, not the patient.
Oh, we were doing it wrong, George.
Ah, he's just not up on the new techniques.
Let's do it his way.
Okay, we'll boil the germs out of his clothes.
Sit down, you. Lift his legs, Neil.
You hold him while I pull.
Mr. Topper!
Let go. I said to let go.
Take them in the kitchen. Start the water boiling.
Well, I didn't take them off. They took off. Very virulent germs.
Mr. Mahoney, I talked to an influential friend, and I am happy to announce that he can squeeze you into the county hospital.
Splendid. I shall want a 3-room suite with southern exposure.
I've already got the southern exposure.
I shall want 3 private nurses. Blonde, brunette, and redhead. I shall want a television set installed, and my meals served by a private catering firm. I shall...
Just a moment, Mr. Mahoney. They're going to put you in a ward with 20 other patients. I told you they were crowded, but you will have the very best of care.
A ward. B.J. Mahoney in a ward with a hoi polloi. Move them out. Have them make room for their betters.
Excuse me, Mr. Topper, but what should I do about those pants stewing on the stove?
Baste them.
Yes, sir.
The hospital cannot do that, Mr. Mahoney.
Then I shall stay right here. I refuse to be lined up in a ward like an incubator baby. You call this slab a couch? I have seen him do figures lying on a more comfortable bed of nails.
Well, I can't make him go to the hospital. I'm afraid you're stuck with him. I'll just say goodbye to your wife.
Oh, have her fetch me a pair of Topper's pajamas and a robe. As for you, Mr. Hot Water Bottle, I shall want a rub down at 3 o'clock.
Don't blow your top, Top.
We'll take care of him.
We've got that rabbit costume you wore last Easter.
You know what to do, old man.
Who put the springs in this couch? Caesar Borgia? Has all the cuddly qualities of the Iron Maiden.
I hear that rabbit fever goes to the brain.
Then you have nothing to worry about.
Some people get to thinking they're turning into a rabbit.
That's our cue, George.
Indeed. That priceless bit of information is on a level with your tit-tit intellect. And
Hold the ears there, George.
You tickle his nose.
Peter Cottontail is next. Pin it on him, George.
You're growing a very attractive tail, Mr. Mahoney.
Marion, hold up his paws.
Now make him hop.
I've got to get to the hospital quick. Call the doctor. Call the doctor!
Thanks for the carrot, Neil.
Doctor,
You called?
Mr. Mahoney has changed his mind. He wants to go to hospital. Will you take him?
Take him. If I see what I think I see, I'll race him.
Well, I'm off here. If I'm lucky, I'll catch Mr. Schuyler at the 19th hole. What's that?
We are fortunate, Cosmo. Now that Mr. Mahoney has gone, Mr. Woodhead has consented to come back.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm ready to fix that door now.
Just stop it from opening and closing.
Yes, ma'am. I'll nail it shut.
What's up, Doc?
Just taking your costumes out.
Produced by John W. Lupton. A John W. Lupton, Bernard L. Schubert production. Starring Anne Jeffries, Robert Sterling, and Leo G. Carroll.